The story of Surah Ar-Rahman, chapter 55, verses 19 and 20, is a profound narrative that delves into the themes of divine power, creation, and the intricate balance of the universe. These verses are part of a larger chapter in the Quran that repeatedly emphasizes the blessings and signs of Allah, God, as a reminder to humanity and jinn of His mercy and greatness. To explore these verses in depth, we must first understand their context, their meaning, and the lessons they impart. This story will be expanded into a detailed narrative, weaving together Quranic teachings, Islamic tradition, and reflections on the natural world. Introduction to Surah Ar-Rahman. Surah Ar-Rahman, the 55th chapter of the Quran, is often referred to as the Most Merciful, a title derived from the recurring refrain, "Which of the favors of your Lord will you deny?" This refrain appears 31 times throughout the surah, serving as a powerful reminder of Allah's countless blessings. The surah begins by highlighting Allah's creation of the universe, His guidance for humanity, and His ultimate authority over all things. Verses 19 and 20 are part of this broader discussion of creation, focusing specifically on the separation of two bodies of water. The verses, Surah Ar-Rahman, 55:19 to 20. The verses in question are, verse 19, He released the two seas, meeting side by side. Verse 20, Between them is a barrier, so neither of them transgresses. These verses describe a natural phenomenon that serves as a sign of Allah's power and wisdom. They speak of two bodies of water that meet but do not mix, separated by an invisible barrier. This phenomenon is not only a scientific marvel, but also a spiritual metaphor for the balance and order in Allah's creation. The story behind the verses 1. The creation of the seas. In the beginning, Allah created the heavens and the earth, and He filled the earth with life and resources for His creatures. Among His creations were the seas, vast bodies of water that serve as a source of sustenance, transportation, and beauty. The seas are mentioned numerous times in the Quran as signs of Allah's power, and their creation is a testament to His ability to design and maintain the natural world. Allah created different types of water bodies, each with its own properties. Some are salty, like the oceans, while others are fresh, like rivers and lakes. These bodies of water serve different purposes and are essential for the survival of life on earth. The Quran often draws attention to the seas as a reminder of Allah's mercy and wisdom. The meeting of the two seas. In verses 19 and 20, Allah describes a specific phenomenon. The meeting of two seas. These seas are often interpreted as the salty ocean and a freshwater source, such as a river or a spring. Despite their meeting, they do not mix completely. Instead, a barrier exists between them, maintaining their distinct properties. This phenomenon is not only mentioned in the Quran, but has also been observed in nature. For example, the meeting of the Atlantic Ocean and the Mediterranean Sea at the Strait of Gibraltar is a well-known instance where two bodies of water meet but do not mix. Similarly, the confluence of the Amazon River and the Atlantic Ocean demonstrates this phenomenon on a massive scale. The Quranic description of this phenomenon is remarkable, especially considering that it was revealed over 1,400 years ago, long before modern science could explain it. This serves as evidence of the Quran's divine origin and its ability to provide insights into the natural world. 3. The barrier between the seas. The barrier mentioned in verse 20 is a key element of this story. It is described as an invisible force that prevents the two seas from transgressing their boundaries. This barrier can be understood both literally and metaphorically. From a scientific perspective, the barrier is often explained as a result of differences in temperature, salinity, and density between the two bodies of water. These differences create a natural boundary that prevents them from mixing completely. This phenomenon is known as a halocline or thermocline, depending on the specific factors involved. From a spiritual perspective, the barrier represents Allah's wisdom and control over His creation.